it's Emily. Welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be about methods of studying. There are so many different ways to study, but I'm just going to give you a few of the methods that I find helpful or that I have used in the past. A lot of these methods can be used like together, like you can use a combination of a few of them. So let's just get right into the methods of studying. Method 1 is paper flashcards. Okay, so this is a very traditional way to study. Using paper flashcards can be really helpful because when you make the flashcards, you are writing out the information, so that helps you remember it. Plus, then you can use them to like review after, and there's like many different ways you can use paper flashcards, but they're just a really like simple, traditional way to study. Method number 2 is electronic flashcards. So the first thing that comes to mind is Quizlet. For me, this is the website that I use. Quizlet can be really helpful because you can type out your flashcards that you want, and then they have like all kinds of different methods of studying. Like they've updated it a lot, so there's a section on there called Learn, and it uses like different techniques like multiple choice, and then you have to recall the information by typing it out and flashcards and all that. And that's just like a good way to study because it just combines different styles. The third method of studying is practice problems. So this is more geared towards math classes or classes that you do math problems or like problem solving, but it can be really helpful to just redo your homework problems as practice, or you can even ask your teacher for some extra practice problems so that you can practice doing different types of problems to prepare you for your tests. The fourth method of studying is practice tests. So this one can be used for any subject. Sometimes your teachers will actually give you like a study guide or a practice test. This is a great way to study because you are practicing the material in the form of a test. So it could be similar to how you're going to be questioned on these stuff. So it's just a really good way to practice learning your material. But yeah, you can make your own practice test by just like combining questions. Or even on Quizlet, they have a section on there that's like test, and it will make a test out of the flashcards that you put on there. The fifth method of studying that I have is watching videos. So this can be really good for someone who is more of a visual learner so that you're able to see what you're trying to study. The two that come to mind are Khan Academy and Crash Course, which Khan Academy has like all different subjects, and they have more than just videos. They have like practice problems and stuff like that. Crash Course is like, I found them on YouTube. I don't know if they have a website, but I know they have a YouTube channel, and you can just type in like Crash Course Anatomy or Crash Course Biology or Crash Course whatever your subject is, and they have a lot of subjects, and it'll just give you like a quick overview of like a lot of information. So it is kind of a lot of information at once, but it is a great way to like make sure you understand the material. Method number 6 is creating a study guide. So creating a packet of all the information that you're responsible for knowing can be really helpful, just so you can like see it all at once. And just the fact of you creating the study guide is studying itself, because you're either writing it out or you're typing it out, and that helps you remember the information. And then you're able to look back on all of the information that you need to know easily because it's all in one packet. Method number 7 is reading. Whether it is reading out loud or reading in your head, reading your material is just a really good way to make sure it sticks in your brain. This could be your book, your study guide, your flashcards. Using all those things, this is like when I said that you can use multiple study methods together and like combine them. So reading is one way you can combine with other study methods, because your flashcards, when you study your flashcards, you're reading them. You have to like either read out loud or read in your head to study the flashcards. Same with like your study guide, or if you're reading the textbook, or even if you're studying on electronic flashcards, you're still reading the flashcards, or at least it's reading it to you, so you're hearing the information, and that helps you learn it. Method number 8 of studying is writing. So this is similar to reading, but you're using muscle memory to learn the information. So you can either rewrite your information that's on your flashcards, or rewrite your study guide, or write out your material to help you remember it, which I like to write out my stuff on a whiteboard. So like if I'm trying to study something and I'm having a hard time remembering it, I'll just write it out like a few times on my whiteboard, and that helps it like stick better in my brain. Method number 9 of studying is audio recordings. So you can record yourself saying the material. So you can record yourself saying the material, and then you can listen back to it so that you're hearing the information, and that's a good way of trying to learn your material. Or you could record yourself asking a question or saying a term, and then leave a space and then give the answer or the definition, so that you have enough time when you play it back to like think of the answer in your head. And that's a really good way of studying, especially you could do that when you're like getting ready in the morning. You could play that audio and then like try to answer them and think of them as you're getting ready. The 10th method of studying is teaching. This is one of my favorite methods of studying, which all you have to do, you don't even have to have like somebody to teach it to, but if you do, you could ask your friend and just be like, hey, can I teach you this information? And just like pretend like you're the teacher and you're the one explaining to that friend what the material is. And if you don't have a friend, or you just want to like study on your own, then you can talk out loud to yourself and pretend like you are teaching yourself the material. And that's just like a really good way to understand it, because you are thinking of it in a different way. You're not just like memorizing the information. You're like fully understanding the information, and you can tell you fully understand it because you're able to explain it to someone else. I have used all of these methods of studying at some point in my life, but I feel like my favorite ones to use are Quizlet, and then the other two that I really like to do are study guides and rewriting them, and teaching, because I just find that when I rewrite my study guides, I feel like I'm just like memorizing the information, so it doesn't really stick. But when I like actually can teach the information and explain it out loud, then I'm like remembering the information for like a good period of time. I'm not just like cramming the information into my brain and just memorizing it, if that makes any sense. That was just really confusing, so I don't know if that made any sense at all, but I really like to teach the information. Those are the 10 studying methods that I find helpful. I hope you guys try them out and figure out which ones you like best. Comment down below your favorite studying method. And if you want to see more videos like this one, then go ahead and subscribe to my channel. And if you enjoyed this video, then give it a like. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys!